He opened his home to a man with no name, no past, and no belongings. But by morning, his land was full of trucks, and nothing was ever the same again. Before we dive into this mysterious tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more heart-touching stories. And tell me, from which country are you watching my video? I can see where my video is being watched. Rain had fallen for 3 straight days in the quiet village of Marnapur. The sky was gray and the fields were soaked, turning the already dry crops into mud-soaked sorrow. For Mohan, a poor farmer in his late 50s, it was just another weight added to the ones already crushing his back. His house was more like a hut, 2 small rooms, cracked walls, and a tin roof that sang with every drop of rain. He had only 1 pair of shoes, 2 sets of clothes, and a field that no longer gave enough to feed him and his wife, Meera. But Mohan had something else too: kindness. That deep, old-school kindness that didn't ask for anything back. So, when a stranger knocked on his door just after sunset, soaked from head to toe, limping and shivering, Mohan didn't hesitate. The man looked about 40, worn-out jeans, a long coat torn at the shoulder, a strange leather bag clutched tightly under his arm. His eyes were tired, like someone who hadn't slept in days. He spoke little, just said, "Please, 1 night, just 1 night." Mohan let him in. They gave him a towel, hot tea, and whatever little food they had left, mostly boiled rice and onions. The man didn't eat much, but he thanked them again and again. He didn't give his name, and Mohan didn't ask. Later that night, as Meera and Mohan lay on their thin mattress, she whispered, "Who do you think he is?" Mohan stared at the ceiling, listening to the wind outside. "Doesn't matter. He needed shelter. We gave it. That's all." The next morning the man was gone. No goodbye, no sound, just gone. At first, they thought he might have stolen something, but nothing was missing. Not even the old radio, which barely worked. Mohan stepped out to check on the animals, and froze. His eyes widened. His heart skipped. Trucks. Big ones. More than 10 of them parked along the edge of his dying field. Men in suits walked around with clipboards. Others were unloading crates, equipment, and digging tools. A short man in a bright orange vest approached Mohan. "You the owner of this land?" Mohan nodded slowly, unable to find his voice. The man handed him a file. "Congratulations. It's your lucky day. We're starting work immediately. Your name is on all the documents. Full legal permission. Project A17. Mohan stared at him. I don't understand. What are you building?" The man smiled. "A solar plant, sir. Government funded. The biggest in the region. Signed and approved." Meera ran out, wiping her hands on her shawl. "What's happening?" The man tipped his hard hat. "You're about to become very, very important people." But they hadn't signed anything. They hadn't met anyone from the government. They hadn't even dreamed of such a thing. Later that day, a government car arrived. A woman in a navy blue sari stepped out and introduced herself as Priya, project manager for the Energy Ministry. "I'm here to finalize the welcome ceremony," she said, smiling warmly. "We're giving this village power, jobs, roads. Your land was selected through a special recommendation." Mohan looked at her. "By who?" Priya opened her file. "It just says, anonymous donor verified by internal board." That night, Mohan couldn't sleep. Something didn't feel right. Yes, it was good news. Yes, their village needed this. But the timing was too perfect. The stranger, the sudden trucks, the missing name. The next day, another letter arrived. This one was hand-delivered, just like the night with the stranger. It read, "You gave warmth without questions, shelter without suspicion. You saved more than a man. You saved a mission. This is only the beginning." There was no name. Just a symbol at the bottom, a circle with a triangle inside and a small eye in the middle. Mohan had never seen anything like it before. He tried to ask Priya, but she brushed it off. "Donors are strange sometimes," she laughed, "but Later, when she thought no one was looking, she stared at the letter a little too long, like she did recognize it. In the following weeks, the trucks returned every morning. The fields turned into a construction site. Mohan and Mira were given an official caretaker's cottage, new furniture, a gas stove, even internet. For the first time in decades, they had more than one light bulb in the house. The village celebrated. Kids cheered. The old temple got its walls fixed. People called Mohan the lucky man. But at night, strange things happened. Flashes of light in the distance, whispers on the wind, and once at 2 a.m., Mohan saw someone standing at the far edge of the field, still, watching, then gone. One evening, a worker named Ramesh approached Mohan, quietly. "Sir, I found something underground during drilling." He handed Mohan a small metal piece. It was smooth, flat, and glowing faintly in the dark. Mohan felt a chill crawl up his spine. "Did you tell anyone else?" he asked. Ramesh shook his head. "They'll remove me if I do. I just wanted you to see it. Something about this doesn't feel like energy work. It feels secret." The next day, Ramesh was gone. They said he got transferred. No warning. No goodbye. Priya claimed he had requested it, but Mohan knew that wasn't true. He tried to call. The number on her business card disconnected. He checked the government website. No mention of Project A17 anywhere. Not in the energy section. Not in infrastructure. Nowhere. The trucks kept coming. So did the letters. Each one was signed with the same symbol. Trust the silence. You were chosen for your heart. Stay where you are. Do not ask more. But Mohan had to ask. So one night he walked to the field, the same spot where the first dig had started. The dirt was soft. He dug with his hands until his fingers bled, and there it was, a hatch, metal, heavy, marked with the same symbol. He pulled at it. It opened with a click. A stairwell led downward. Cold air rushed up. Winston, their dog, barked nervously from the porch. Mohan descended. The tunnel was lit with blue lights. The walls were lined with machines humming softly. A door opened automatically as he stepped forward. Inside was a man, not a scientist, not a guard. The stranger, wearing a clean black coat, no longer limping, looking stronger, sharper. "You weren't supposed to find this so soon," the man said, smiling gently. Mohan's voice cracked. "Who are you?" The man motioned for him to sit. "I am part of something much older than governments, older than countries. We're called the Circle. We watch, we protect, we build, but only where we see humanity survive. You gave shelter without knowing. You gave kindness in the dark. That was your test." Mohan's hands shook. "What is this place?" "Knowledge," the man said. "And power, hidden from those who would sell it. You sit above something ancient, a power buried deep below your land, too strong for greed, but safe in your hands." Mohan tried to speak, but the man stood. "No more questions. Just live. Help your people. Build this village. That is all we ask." Mohan looked around one last time, then climbed back up. By morning, the hatch was gone, replaced by concrete. Flattened, as if nothing had ever been there. The trucks continued for another month. Then they stopped. The project was completed. The solar plant lit up not just the village, but 3 more nearby. Mohan became the unofficial leader. Mira opened a school. They were honored, awarded, and celebrated. But no one ever learned the full truth. Except him. And maybe, one night, one day, someone else would find a stranger at their door, and the circle would begin again.